Hello, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Plague Doctor Stories. As always, I'm your host, the Plague Doctor. Today's story is The House on Willow Lane. Nestled at the end of Willow Lane stood an old Victorian mansion, its weathered facade cloaked in shadows cast by overgrown trees. Locals whispered tales of dark history, stories of tragedy, madness, and unspeakable evil that lurked within its walls. When Sarah and her friends decided to spend the night in the old abandoned mansion as part of a dare, they laughed off the warnings of the townsfolk, dismissing them as a mere superstition. But as they crossed the threshold into the house, a chill descended upon them, a sense of forbearing that sent shivers down their spines. The air inside was thick with dust and decay, the silence broken only by the sound of their footsteps echoing through the empty halls. As they explored the dilapidated rooms, they felt the weight of the house pressing down upon them, as though it were alive, watching, waiting. The night fell and darkness enveloped the mansion. Strange things began to happen. Shadows danced in the corner of their vision, whispering secrets they could not understand. Doors slammed shut of their own accord, trapping them in a maze of twisted corridors. With each passing hour, the house seemed to come alive, its malevolent presence growing stronger with every step they took. Sarah and her friends soon realized that they were not quite alone. They were being hunted by something far more sinister than they could have ever imagined. They huddled together in fear. They heard the sound of laughter echoing through the halls, a chilling sound that sent a cold shiver down their spines. They knew then that they were not dealing with a mere ghost or spirit, but something far more sinister, far more malevolent. Driven by fear and desperation, Sarah and her friends searched for a way out, but the house seemed to shift and change around them, its walls closing in like a prison from which there was no escape. With each passing moment, their terror grew and their sanity slipped away into darkness. And then, just when all hope seemed lost, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber concealed beneath the mansion. A chamber filled with arcane symbols and forbidden knowledge, a chamber that held the key to the house's dark, dark secret. With trembling hands, they performed a ritual, invoking powers they could not comprehend in a desperate bid to banish the evil that had taken root within the mansion's walls. As the ancient words echoed through the chamber, the house shook with fury, its foundations crumbling beneath the weight of its own malevolence. And then, in a blinding flash of light, the darkness was banished, the house consumed by flames that had licked from the sky like tongues of 1,000 serpents. As Sarah and her friends faded into the night, they knew that they had escaped with their lives, but also knew that the horrors they had witnessed would haunt them forever. For the house on Willow Lane was no ordinary mansion. It was a gateway to hell itself, its flames bursting from the basement to the ceiling in the attic. A place where the line between the living and the dead was blurred, screams echoed from nowhere, surrounding everybody in the area, and where nightmares became reality, one step at a time. And though, as it burned and became nothing more than a pile of ash, its evil would live on, waiting patiently for the day when it would rise again to claim its next victims. For some things, there is no escape. Thank you for stopping by and giving these stories a listen. Till next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is The Plague Doctor's Stories.